One of the important things I want to say is when we think about all these wars and catastrophes that we have and always we had in our society, why we have this? The way how I understood is based on this worldly identity and spiritual identity. The spiritual people, especially who higher percentage of their being is spiritual, like 80%, 70%, they were always on the minority. So the maximum percentage of people on this earth, they were material. So they were more material people identities as a spiritual. That's why we have this society. And based on the nature of human beings, when we are born, and the information that we get from the environments in our mind and makes me who I was or who I am. So mostly these informations come or came from worldly people, material people. That's why we have this society. And for example, if we would have a world, a society that mostly people are spiritual, especially people who they have the power and they have the responsibility in the schools, kindergartens, universities, people who they have a power and affect a lot of children's and a lot of people. So they have the power, they have the job. So if we would have a society that most of people would raised and educated by the spiritual people, for sure we would have different society. Everything is based on that percentage. We have societies that maybe 10% are spiritual but 90% worldly, and we have societies they are 1% spiritual and 99% worldly. So based on this identity, because the worldly people, their identity, their goals in their life is just the person who they see in the mirror. So their life is just to get what they want. He is a man or she is a woman, how much money he has, and everything else. Everything what it gives that person the power, he uses his power and his middle to get what that worldly person wants and makes him satisfied that he feels the happiness and he thinks so being happy and being successful and having getting what I want, that's the purpose of life, this is the meaning of life. So in the society, if um, um, most of percentage and most of people are like this, for sure we would have a society like in most of places in the world we have it. And uh, the society would always then be involved in suffering, in wars, and everything what we experience. So the spiritual identity is very important to create more energy, light, love, peace, unity in the society. This is very important, and I hope it comes a time that powerful people in a society would support and help spiritual people that they can affect and spread the energy and the love and feeling that they have. But always we would have these levels of being when we have this physical body, and then our intelligence starts to grow up, and we get the information from the environment, and based off the information we get from environment like computer and programs, we become who we are. That's a level of being. That's the first level of being, worldly person. We grow up as a boy, as a girl, and become a man and a woman, and the rest of it that everybody knows. And then because we have this spiritual identity, and we are not just worldly based on percentage, as I said a few times. So as long as we are worldly, we will never be happy. The happiness and everything what we get would be just temporary. After moments or a few minutes or a few hours or a few days, we lose that happiness. We get used to it, or we lose it, or it's not gonna make us happy anymore. So that's a first level of being, worldly person, grow up. And then people who they have the capability or the affection from the parents or the genetic, they have stronger, deeper, more complicated questions, and they suffer. They go through their own uh, life experiences, and then based on the percentage they become more spiritual, then their identity changes, and the way how these people affect their environment will be different. They create more peace and love, and for them being happy and feeling the love is just sharing their energy with the society. uh, for them the meaning of life is different. It's not just me and what I have to take care of that, and that kind of stuff, just about me and what I have, what I own. For spiritual people is who I am, and sharing this love and everything else that I said before with the society and the way how they affect the environment, the natural environment and other creations in the world, the economy, the relationship between people, and everything else. For a spiritual person, all of us on the earth, we are just one family. All of us, we are one family. It doesn't matter the color, the mentality, and anything else, everything else. We are just one family, one big family. So you want that your family, the world family, have peace and everything what they need. All the children all around the world have the possibility to go and study and learn, and they have um, more life that they feel, what they need to eat, their environment, the safety, security, everything, physical body and healthy, everything. We want that all the whole world family has all these, that we can have a peace on the world, on the earth. And this is the effect of the super spiritual people who they create um, these kind of energies that it affects the society. But as long as the percentage of the society on this earth mostly are worldly or material people, for sure we would have all these problems. But I think we will have a time. For example, the internet is affecting all in every way our worldly society to get information from each other, to learn from each other. So the internet is a very strong, has a strong effect in um, becoming a world citizen. And I don't know when we are going to have one family, but the role of the powerful people on the earth is very important. Who they have the power, they have the money, and they are famous, so they have a very strong power to affect. So I'm happy because I'm doing what I can. So all the best I can do is just do the best I can, and that's it. And I hope, and I will see what happens if people who they like these stories of my life, and they have questions and they ask, then maybe then I will have more motivation to tell my knowledge, my mind, what I think about that question or my experience. We will see what's going to happen. So thank you.